Hey, what's up guys? I've got the Sonax High Speed Wax here. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a basic overview and put it through the water test. And once again, Sonax is a German car care company and they don't have their products available locally over the counter here in the United States, but they're going to be available on the online detailing retail sites. And High Speed Wax is about $13 for 500 milliliters. And taking a look at the back here, you can see that Sonax is marketing this product as a mixture of carnauba wax mixed in with synthetic ingredients to give you a long-lasting, deep shine producing spray sealant. And they're really advertising this product as the sort of spray wax that you would use when the car is wet, so you can basically wax the car and dry it at the same time. And it really works great as a drying aid, but you can also use it when the car is dry. Just go ahead and spray it directly onto the paint and then go over it with a microfiber towel and then turn that towel over to give it that final wipe down. So applying it is really smooth. It goes on easy, it comes off easy, and it's also going to give you a really slick feeling paint surface. So let me show you guys how it holds up in the water test. I went ahead and applied the high speed wax on the left side fender and the left side hood facing the car here. And I've got the Sonax Brilliant Shine Detailer on the right side hood and the right side fender. And the car was prepped using Meguiar's M205 finishing polish, followed up with an IPA wipe down. And both products were applied 24 hours ago. And I recently did a review on Sonax's Brilliant Shine Detailer product. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. But I wanted to see, just how well the high speed wax is going to hold up against the Brilliant Shine Detailer. We know from the last test review that the Brilliant Shine Detailer is really incredibly hydrophobic. But chemically, these two are very different products. You've got the Brilliant Shine Detailer leaving off that unique, less slick feeling paint surface to it. Whereas with the high speed wax, you're definitely going to get a nice, incredibly smooth feeling paint surface. And the way that I set up my water test is I don't have any base layer wax or sealant underneath of them. I want to see how these products behave by themselves. But in a real world situation, I would be using these products on top of waxes or sealants that I've already applied to the paint. And after they've cured, and after a few weeks when the car gets dirty, I'll go ahead and wash the car, and then that's when I'll use a spray wax or a spray sealant product. And the choice of using one over the other might come down to what type of product that I already have as my base layer. So for example, let's say I'm using a Carnauba Paste Wax and it's going to give me a high gloss and a really smooth and slick feeling paint surface on it. So after a few weeks the car gets dirty, and let's say I've lost a little bit of gloss and lost a little bit of slickness after washing the paint. So that's when I'll go ahead and use a product like the High Speed Wax, which is going to help maintain that super slick feeling paint surface while also giving me that Carnauba based look that I really like on the paint. Now another example is, let's say I have applied Sonax's polymer net shield on the car, which is their long lasting sealant. It's going to leave me a less slick feeling surface, but it's going to give me that incredibly hydrophobic surface, giving me super crazy tight beading. In order to maintain the properties of that product, that's when I would go ahead and use the Brilliant Shine Detailer as my maintenance product, because it's much more chemically similar to polymer net shield than high speed wax is. But you can see from the water test here, by itself, high speed wax is definitely very hydrophobic. It looks like it's more hydrophobic than the Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Wax and the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax. But it's not quite at the level of Sonax Brilliant Shine Detailer. This is definitely one of the most hydrophobic spray sealants that you can find. And I know not everyone is a fan of water beading. It's definitely something that I'm a big fan of. I really like that visual representation that the product survived on the paint, week after week after week. And I'll have to do some more reviews on sheeting based products. I've got Gold Class that I'm going to do for Meguiar's, and also the Meguiar's M26 liquid wax. That's their high-tech wax. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Those are more of like your sheeting based products. So to test out short-term durability, I'll go ahead and get the soap out, and we'll see just how well high speed wax holds up after washing it with soap and rinsing it. Alright, so I went ahead and washed the car down using the Meguiar's Deep Crystal Car Wash soap. We'll see if there's been any changes to the surface tension of the product, see if we're seeing any decrease in the water beading. This should give us a little bit of an insight into the durability of high speed wax to see how it holds up after using soap and water. But going back to the application of high speed wax, it's really a thin sort of consistency to it, so it's going to be thinner than Brilliant Shine Detailer is. It's going to come out in a nice spray pattern. You're going to be able to spread it across the paint pretty easily. And you can also use it on the trim. It's not going to stain or discolor it in any way. And it's got like a milky white color to it, and the smell, it reminds me of the P21S 100% Carnauba wax. If you've ever tried that wax out, it really reminds me of that. It's got that Carnauba sort of scent to it. And it looks great on the paint. I mean, on this color, again, I can't really notice any sort of subtle differences in the level of gloss or shine, but I mean, both High Speed Wax and Brilliant Shine Detailer look great in the sun when I pull it out to check. And a lot of guys can tell the difference between the sort of gloss or shine that you're going to get from a Carnauba based product as opposed to a more synthetic spray sealant product. And if you're one of the guys that can do that and you really prefer that Carnauba based shine and gloss, I'd say the High Speed Wax is probably going to be able to deliver on that, as it has that higher percentage of Carnauba in it. And you can see here from the water test, it's definitely held up well after using soap on it. We didn't really lose much hydrophobic behavior. And reading some of the other reviews that I found online, I've heard some guys saying that they've had problems with some streaking or some smearing. It's definitely a product that you're going to have another microfiber towel to go back over the paint with. And then using that towel, I'm able to get the paint to come out really clean. Pulling the car out in the sun, I don't notice any sort of smearing or streaking. You don't want to over apply the product to the paint. You know, using a couple sprays per panel is going to get the job done fine. You're going to be able to spread it across the paint really easily. But for me, the difference between this and the Brilliant Shine Detailer is with the Brilliant Shine Detailer, it flashes off the paint super easy for me. So I don't really have to go over it with that final wipe down on the separate microfiber in order to get it out super clean. Where with this High Speed Wax, I definitely recommend that extra microfiber towel just to make sure you get it off clean. So to close out the water test, I really think that High Speed Wax has held up well. It's definitely going to be more hydrophobic compared to some other products that I've tested, the Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Wax and the Total Wax Ice Spray Wax by themselves. I mean, I think at a minimum, you should expect in between 1 to 2 months of durability out of the product, and then you want to start thinking about a reapplication. But Sonax really has a great offering of products here. You've got the really long-lasting, super hydrophobic Brilliant Shine Detailer along with the Carnauba-based high-speed wax that's going to really give you that super slick feeling on the paint. And compared to the over-the-counter products like the Ultimate Quick Wax and the Ice Spray Wax, I would expect a higher durability out of high-speed wax, but you're going to be spending a higher price. It's $13 for right around 500 milliliters. But I'm definitely not disappointed. I mean, it works well as a drying aid when the car is wet, or when the car is dry, it works well as that final spray wax, that final spray sealant. So let me know in the comments below how it's working for you guys. I'd love to hear about it. And if you guys have any other questions or comments, go ahead and leave them, and I'll try and get to as many as I can. And I'll see you guys in the next video.